The Monte and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
You had to say it. I don't know. All right, want to do another episode of Shut Up and Wrestle?
Sure, why not? What do you got?
Shut up and wrestle. Shut up and wrestle.
It's just to get a pop out of you, dude.
Cooking in her underwear, I can't.
Here we go. Let me see what I can pull here. Ready?
Yeah.
I don't even think he's a wrestler, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, let me open up with this. That LeGreca family eats their own shit. They think there's something special, dude. I'm sorry. By the way, that's the brother Don LeGreca, right? Don LeGreca.
That is
the brother
worst.
of Dave LeGreca. These guys think there's something special. Dude, that was the worst shit I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my God, that was absolutely putrid. That was putrid. And he's loving it. He's like, I'm great. He's jumping up and down. It's probably the most exercise he's had since the 80s.
I didn't realize he was that fat, dude. He really looks fat. He's a fat fuck, man. My God.
Ham on whole wheat.
Do you listen to him on sports radio?
No, I can't because he's coupled up with that other big blowhard, Michael K., who I can't stand either. Yankee fan here, been for decades, been tolerating Michael K. for decades. It is what it is. Michael K. is all you think. LeGreca's in love with himself? Check Michael K. Look at him.
Does LeGreca know? Does Don LeGreca know his shit, or is he just another fucking ass clown like Dave LeGreca?
No, people like Mike Francesa know their shit. That's why people hated Mike Francesa, because he was such a walking encyclopedia of information and calculus reasoning. No, I would not say that he's in Mike Francesa's, spot in the pecking order, stuff like that. I consider him just a middle of the road, whatever.
So is this another Shut Up and Wrestle, Don LeGreca, even though he's not a wrestler?
Oh, it's worse than a Shut Up and Wrestle. It's like I would tell him to go back and just do his show, but I can't stand his show.
Shut up and wrestle.
You got to hit the button while I'm fucking talking. Basically, it's just shut up and leave. Shut the fuck up and leave. Don't even go back to the radio station. Don't just go home and eat your 7 Domino's pies with everything on it, and get lost. You're fucking horrible. That was horrible.
Here's another one I need you to weigh in. We're gonna do a couple of Shut Up and Wrestle here. Hold on.
Shut up and wrestle.
Yes, God. Okay. Delete!
That's the Hardy brothers, obviously. Jeff with his daughter, and I'll play it again for you so you get a better look. Jeff and his daughter.
I don't
Ready?
even know what that was.
Here we go.
Delete!
Dude, we gotta. You know what? We might have to change the show. We can't do wrestling shows anymore. I'm really sick of these people. I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's like,
I would have appreciated if they had deleted the video before you asked me about it.
now that very good. How about this one? Like, I love these. I love seeing your remarks here.
Oh,
you ready?
Another one. Oh, fantastic. Oh God. Oh Oh, God.
Oops, I missed the table. Look again.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That's awesome. You idiot. I want to be a wrestler moron. What'd you get? How much did you pay them to set up the ring and miss the table, you fucking idiot?
Not just that, there's like 5 people that I'm going to jump from the top of a building to impress who?
Right.
Are you
I'll
kidding
tell you who to
me?
impress. I'll tell you who to impress, because in that crowd of 5, that guy's girlfriend, the guy who missed the table, that guy's girlfriend is telling you and me how we wound up there. I don't know. Is telling you and me if we don't cheer for him, we're gonna have hell to pay all night.
So if anyone doesn't know what Jimmy's reflecting on, me and Jimmy were in a wrestling match, and Jimmy was making
Is that
fun
what
of
you
the
call it?
wrestler. Okay, Jimmy was making fun of the wrestler, and the guy's girlfriend/wife was letting Jimmy have it because he wasn't cheering for the guy. And Jimmy's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, bro."
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I gotta cheer for fucking Sweater Vest.
But hold on. The independent guys are sacrificing themselves. All right, here's another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump and miss the table, all in the name of righteousness of wrestling.
You ready for this?
Sure.
Wait, real quick. This is how the mighty have fallen. So everybody out there, I'm playing a video in Audio Land of Just Incredible at an independent match. Now, we've had Just Incredible on the show twice or once, Jimmy?
No, more than once, I think. I think twice, I think.
So you got to remember, Just Incredible was in the WWE as Aldo Montoya, and then he went to ECW where all the stragglers went, and he actually made himself a name as, Just Incredible.
Yeah.
And Just Incredible used to be something special, but, and then, I don't know, he's been accused of a lot of crazy stuff. But anyway, we're going to play this video. If you're a wrestling fan, and truly a wrestling fan, and you have a heart, this may really bother you. But here we go. And I cannot wait for Jimmy to talk about this. I'm sure whatever independent show this was, Just Incredible was probably the headliner, and the guy is so either fucked up or out of shape, he couldn't even go on with the match, so he lays down as an injury. And to add on to it, the 7 or 12 people that are at this event are calling him a bum. Jimmy?
What do you know? What do you know about the circumstances again, Mike? It's important that I know that.
This is all I know is that he was the headliner. He's out of shape. We know he has drug issues. We know he has these other problems, and basically fakes an injury so he can't continue on in his match.
Right.
And bingo, bango, there you are, Just Incredible. With 12 people calling you a bum.
Well, it's funny too. I think I remember the last time we had him in at the old studio. I was outside with him, and I was talking with him about the business and his state of mind. He was not in a good way. I remember that. But it sounds to me like he just needs to just forget about wrestling entirely. When I see that, he needs to forget about wrestling entirely. Forget about whoever he was once upon a time, because I was trying to remind him that, once upon a time you did do something in the business and you got to look on the bright side and stuff. But apparently he might be stuck in that depression land and stuff. You got to get away from the whole thing then. You got to get away from the whole thing. It doesn't matter, go sober up and get a regular job and fucking just forget about it.
Well, he does have a regular job. I do know this because I've spoken to him, right? So, yes, he does have a regular job.
Right. Right. Well, didn't something happen where you were angry with him, and I think you were justified from what I remember because he was supposed to come on and then he just
So he
wasn't
was supposed to
reliable. He
come. He
did.
was supposed to come on. Okay, well, I'll tell you the story. Why not?
Yeah.
So
I remember he wasn't
they
reliable. I remember
they
that.
had that the Mario Mancini, whatever. Mario Mancini is on so many fucking podcasts I can't even keep track. And not that I watch them, right? But anyway, Mancini was on
Right.
there. It might have been with that fucking dude that wears the tank top, whatever the fuck his name is, Triple H wannabe guy, right? Anyway,
Right.
they're really
Email.
talking about Just Incredible, how he was ripping off agents and he was no showing and blah blah blah. So we were talking on X and he's like, hey, I'd love to come on the show and defend myself. So I'm like, yeah, no problem, right? So then like 2 days later, he's like, oh man, I got no food to feed my family. Can I borrow $50? Not borrow, can I have $50, right? So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. You come in on the show. Here's $50.
Right.
Right. And
Yep.
then showtime, nowhere to be found. Right.
I remember.
So then I'm
I
like,
do
yo,
remember.
bro, you're supposed to be oh, yeah, I'll be there. I'll just be like 10 minutes late. And then it's 20 minutes late. It's 30 minutes late. We're trying to do a fucking show. And I think at that point,
Right.
we were
I
killing
remember.
the guy. Weren't we killing the guy? Or maybe I was killing the guy. I don't remember. Right. So anyway, I got the $50 back. Right. It wasn't that hard. Right. Because it's like, I make sure I
Yeah.
send $50 not as cash. I send it as
Yeah.
returnable funds, right? So
Right.
I tried to be nice, right? The guy is pulling on the Monte the Pharaoh heartstrings, and he's like, hey, man, I got no money to feed my kids. Okay, well, you know what? I don't want to be a cause of that. And you are doing a service for the fans out here. See, it's another Monte the Pharaoh, right? We want people to be entertained, right? So if it ends up costing us a little something, it costs a little something. Whatever.
Look, I was
You know
the
what I'm
one
saying?
that pushed in. I was the one that pushed in the first place to have Justin on the show. I'm the
Right.
ECW guy. I wanted him on.
But what I'm thinking, Jimmy, is all these guys, whether it be Hogan or Just Incredible,
Yeah.
they can't get rid of the gimmick, bro. They
No.
can't shake the gimmick.
No. Who has? It sounds to me like Rick Martel has.
Well, let me ask you this: being a rocker, and I'm going to go to the chat room for a second after this, after you answer.
Okay, sure.
Do rockers, after they are famous and they kind of fall to the wayside, do they can't shake the gimmick, or is it just wrestling? Because to me, it feels like just wrestling. Go ahead, Jimmy.
No. It's rockers too. I mean, do you realize what's been going on with some of our legendary bands nowadays? They're still out there. Look, Leonard Skinner has no original members. They've been going around for decades now. It's just they don't know when to stop. It's the same thing. I mean, a few of them run their careers wisely, but they're the few and far between. Iron Maiden is like a WWE run machine, but they're still performing on that level too. Most of them can't, and a lot of them just hang on and hang on and hang on. I mean, Henley from the Eagles is one of the biggest atrocities going with what he's charging, and now he's lip syncing and all this other garbage. Unfortunately, Kiss fell into that. They had to retire. It was like enough already. Paul Stanley's voice was so shot to shit. So do they ever shake it? No. I mean, on a smaller microcosm of it, have I ever shaken it? Does it look like I have?
Well, I don't think you live in a gimmick, Jimmy. I mean,
I'm sorry. It never was a gimmick. You know what? I guess I should have paid attention to the word gimmick because that is the real key here. It never was a gimmick for me. It's just the way I am. I do think that does play in on some bands.
The way you are.
Oh, that's by that wedding band singer from Long Island that talks shit about the Beatles' White Album. Shut up.
Listen, by the way, Billy Joel.
Billy.
Billy Joel is iconic.
Genius.
Come on, stop.
He's a genius.
Thank you. All right.
He's a genius. I'm not saying he's not a genius, but shut up about the Beatles.
Real quick, bro. Phil DeCesare says he didn't realize that was Just Incredible, and they said Just Incredible stiffed Dan the night before he died, but Dan got the last laugh and gave out his number on Dan's last broadcast ever. It aired night after Dan's passing. Jay Will says, worse than Willie Mays or Joe Namath are the end of careers. Really? Jace, that's pretty telling right there, right? You know what, dude? Wait a minute. I got to say something. Was Willie that bad at the end of his career?
Joe Namath, Willie, what?
He's pretty much comparing just incredible end of his career to Willie Mays, or worse than Willie Mays and Joe Namath.
No, it's not. It's not comparable to either of them because I mean the crash and burn syndrome. I understand that you're drawing some sort of parallel.
By the way, wait a minute. Willie went to a World Series at the end of his career, so let's not get crazy
what I want.
here.
Well, let me really spell it out. Look, Joe Namath, the first 5 years of his career was fantastic. What happened the rest of the final 7 or 8 years of his hobbled career was a whole nother story. However, Joe Namath was very successful. Joe Namath continued to be very successful. Joe Namath was paid well. Joe Namath is not a failure in life. Joe Namath did very well. Okay. Willie Mays, like you said, Willie Mays' aura was so huge that, and not only was he didn't just come to the Mets, Mike. You have to understand, he came home to New York because of the New York Giants baseball team. So when Willie Mays, an old Willie Mays, walks into the locker room, it's like you're getting a 50-year-old Hogan. Do you understand? That fucking worked for the clubhouse.